We're going to give her an anchor of a thin piece of coverall. It doesn't need to be big. I've already pre-cut 3 strips of coverall. What I want you to do is stay more narrow so that you cover the ground better. A lot of you are going really wide and you're not going high enough on the thumb. If we've got an MCP that's injured, gamekeeper's thumb, skier's thumb, you have to cover that joint. Okay, so we want to make sure. It usually takes about 3 strips. Don't be afraid to go into their hand a little bit here because we're going to tape them down, okay? So her joint is right here. It's now covered. So make sure you got that coverall above that joint. You got to go up the back of her thumb and create a narrow teardrop. Then from there, do the same thing with your leukotape. Cover, if you need to, CMC, but you're going to cover CMC and MCP probably. Okay, so, and then again, I can even take that around. I can give her lots more support because I made it real long. But here's the injured joint. You see it? I've got to cover it. It's got to be under there. So that means I go up high on the back of her thumb. And then I might push her down just a smidge so that I make sure that I am blocking her properly. And then this one might wrap like that. Okay? So the first few pictures in your handout are showing you the start of the teardrops, but you got to get up there. You got to get above to get her MCP joint. You see what I'm saying? So as I come down, I push her down a little bit and then I wrap it around. Now she's covered. We really should only see the DIP and the rest of the thumb sticking out there. We know we've got it. Now, what you saw me do before was I added these additional strips in case you need them. This would be more for an athlete who puts a lot of weight into their hands. That could be a gymnast, the football players, rugby, things like that. Not as much your more delicate, you know, racket sports, javelin, things where something's in the hand. But you would take these smaller strips and you would push down on the joint, overlapping. You saw me do this before. If I need maybe one more around the thumb. Now what you didn't see me do, but I have in your notes, is if you do that, you need to anchor back down those strips. So you need to come back in and do one more teardrop that really connects and keeps down all those extra pieces. Then you're ready to do your light plast back around the wrist. Okay? So that part where it says, then go add another teardrop, is in your notes. I just didn't do it for you. So I wanted to make sure we talked through it again. Okay? Because now you see even this little piece right here that I anchored, it's not going to come up because I re-anchored with another teardrop over those strips. Okay? But that's going to be for an athlete who has to put weight into their hands, that they need this extra blockage like that. Okay? So make sure whoever gets the thumb spica, you've got to go high enough. All right? It's not enough to just stay down low, unless that's the only joint that's involved. But typically it's CMC and MCP. this hurts a CMC joint. So you have to block this whole joint from opening up. You got me? Okay, so it's just a few pitfalls so that you have the 2 videos now to be working with this week for thumb spica.